Welcome to this video. I'm going to be showing you how to create this smoking bomb model in Maya. Okay, so you're going to want to open up a new Maya project and then import your image that you're going to use as reference. So going down to view, image plane, and importing image. This is the image I'm going to get reference from. I'm gonna open up a sphere, a polygon sphere, get it lined up nicely, and then get another polygon sphere, rotate, it doesn't have to be exactly like the reference image, but close enough this is close enough and will do nicely. Now you're going to want to zoom in by scrolling inwards and then holding command middle mouse button to move around like this. Then bring in a cube, scale it to here. Press F to zoom in on it, to frame it. Rotate it. Bring it in. Just size it so it's the right size. Go back into perspective. Okay, so I had a few problems. Obviously when importing your image, do that, but then when you go back into perspective view, this reference image, you're gonna have to spacebar, right click, and then click new camera, so you got a new perspective view, so that this image doesn't move around with your camera, because that's what just happened to me and it was a bit confusing. But yeah, just spacebar, right click, new camera, and that should sort it. Carrying on, so just click face selection here and then click on the cube, go back into front view and extrude, and just do this until you've followed this whole line here. Control Y to repeat last action. I'm gonna speed this up so you just get the idea of what you need to do. Just to tell you, when your pivot point looks like this and you're trying to make it smaller, this part here, just click D to change the pivot point, and then line it up like that, and the pivot point is like how you can adjust it, and now you can adjust it and make it smaller like that. And when reaching this point here where you're modeling the flame, just continue to do what you've been doing. Just to remind you again, Control Y is the shortcut, so you don't have to keep clicking over here to extrude. Just Control Y, which is repeat last action, or Command Y, sorry, not just Control, Command Y to repeat last action, so you don't have to keep clicking extrude. Instead, Control or Command Y and then extrude and carry on. And there's your outline. So then if you go back into perspective view, as you can see, you have this model. Where the fuck do I go from here? Okay, now import a sphere. F to frame it. D to just click D and then reset the pivot point. Um, enlarge the, or this is going to be one of the O's. The circle is going to be one of the O's, and then just obviously you can make adjustments, so I'm just kind of eyeballing it. Yeah, I'd say that's good. And then Control D, and then W, and then bring it up about there. Maybe move both of them a bit. And then add a polygon cylinder. Bring that out. Rotate it 90 degrees. We're going to the attribute editor, P cylinder 1. Rotate on, I think that's the X axis. So flips over like that. Bring it down and get it about there. F to frame it. Click up here to have wireframe view, and then go to modeling toolkit, face selection, and delete that part. So then you just have like this mouth type thing. Click R, shrink it down like that, and then bring it here. And then just adjust it to your liking. I'd say that's pretty good. Yeah, that's fine. You can hide that reference image now. You don't really need it. I would say whack a plane now to add the floor, as we're gonna want a background to show like light and whatever. Go into front view. Just make sure it's at the bottom of the model like that. You can zoom in to like if you want to be that specific, which is a good thing. Go back into perspective view. Enlarge the plane. Go into face selection in the modeling toolkit. Select this entire area. Actually no. Bring it up so this line here is just behind it. I'd say about that. Then face selection, grab all these faces, don't do that. Grab all these faces, raise it up, and then just repeat. Now go back to object selection. Click F to frame it. So now we're gonna have to work on textures and lighting. So I'd say start with this part here. So the flame, go to face selection, go on wireframe first actually. Wireframe, then sorry about that. Wireframe, face selection, and just select the flame part. Make sure not to have the base, the wire, I'm not really sure what you call it. Just don't have this part selected. And now assign new material, go to shader, AOA standard surface. Go to attribute editor, scroll to get to AOA standard surface, go to emission, select like a orangey, like a flame color, so like orange/red. Turn up the weight of it, so you have like a flame, like a glowing flame. If you go into renderer Arnold, click play, you have now like a glowing material. As you can see, but you can't really see anything else because I haven't added textures yet. Go into wireframe again, sorry. So up here, wireframe, face selection, select all these faces. Face selection. Right, once you've got all the faces selected, go back into smooth shade all mode. Assign new material and assign another AOA standard surface and make it like a black, I think, like a dark color. Go to modeling toolkit, object selection. It doesn't really affect the whole scene yet, so let's continue. Let's say add the existing material AOA standard surface 2, and then do the same with this. And then let's see what that looks like. I'm gonna bring in an area light just so you can see the scene better. Arnold, area light, bring it out, W to transform, F to frame it, R, make it bigger. Making it larger doesn't affect the strength of the light, so I'll show you how to do that. So if we render it now, it doesn't really make a difference, but if we go to attribute editor whilst it is selected, and then say 10,000, and then say an orange, if we render that out, we have got an effect. Go to here, area light, so you'll whack it about there. Go to panels, layouts, 2 panes side by side. Go into this view, spacebar, right click, new camera, and then lock that, view, lock camera. So now you shouldn't be able to move that. We'll work in this area here. So we're definitely gonna wanna increase the size of all 3 of these. About there, which is pretty good. Instead of a Lambert, assign a new material, go to favorite to mine, assign a blend, go to attribute editor, blend, and change it to black. Yeah. So when you get this like cute reflective effect on the eyes here. And then for the cigarette, add a polygon cylinder, bring it out, F to frame it. Go to attribute editor on P cylinder 2. On the X axis, click 90, flips on its side, bring it down, frame it again, bring it to here, to frame it. Bring it out, enlarge it like that, bring it out. Unlock the camera and zoom in a little. Go to view, lock the camera again. View, go to show and then click none. So, and then also click off these. Grid. Go to modeling toolkit, face selection, select these faces. Assign new material, shader, AO standard surface. Go to attribute editor, scroll to get to AO standard surface. Add another orange or red. Maybe more red. Like there. That's probably good. And then go to modeling toolkit. And add divisions. Go to line selection. Double click this line. Click D to bring up the pivot. If it wants to show me the pivot. Okay. Click plus to increase or decrease, plus or minus. Rotate it to match it with the lines. Click D again to keep it like that, minus it, and bring it down. So about there. Go back to modeling toolkit, face selection. Select these faces. No, don't do that. Fast. You see this part of it, it's a little bent, so just bring it down a little. Go to wireframe view. Select all them. Go back to smooth shade. Assign new material. Moya. Lambert. Go to Lambert 3, which is the one you've just created, and let's say make like a cigarette blunt, like let's say about that, and then the rest of it, the wireframe view again, select it all, assign new material, Lambert, make it white, it's as white as it goes, and smooth shade again. Then renderer, no, go to render settings. Depending on what size you want it. For this, I'm gonna have it as a 180 width and 1920 height. But yeah, you can have it however you want it. Render it out from your perspective view, and then just render.